Forget the Hatfields and the McCoys. There's a new turf war breaking out, and this time it's between weed and wine. Jane Wells is on the front lines of this budding battle. Jane.
I'm in Santa Barbara County, Melissa. This is a now illegal, busted pot operation, which is right up next to a vineyard. But there are plenty of legal cannabis farms here. Look at this. Santa Barbara has handed out 35% of all the permits to grow commercial marijuana in this state, far more than any other California county. And covered cannabis grows are now often next to other crops, not just grapes, but avocados.
There's like 1, 2, 3, 4 projects right there. Then there's 2 more just right over that hill, another one over there.
Vintner Blair Pence calls the cannabis explosion an existential threat to his business. He's especially concerned about the odor, which can be strong in places. A lawsuit in Oregon suggests that the odor could maybe affect the taste of the wine, even though there's absolutely no proof of that. When will you know whether it is affecting the taste of your wine?
It could be a couple of years. If what is being proposed over here happens, we're going to find out real quickly.
So this is our Bayer Scientific odor control system. It uses EcoSorb.
Autumn Shelton, Autumn Brands, has spent $100 grand on a system to reduce the odor around her operation. And cannabis grower John DeFriel says he's trying to cut down on odor by freezing rather than drying product.
We don't want the odor to evaporate. The odor evaporating, that's a molecule I'm selling. So any of those molecules that evaporate and go out into the atmosphere, that's lost revenue.
Now, some farmers on both sides are trying to work things out without lawsuits. We got a statement from Sanford Winery, the original vineyard in this valley, and they say everybody just maybe needs to get better educated. So stay tuned.
I would imagine, Jane, it's more profitable to grow cannabis than wine at this point.
Absolutely. They are estimating in this county, UC Santa Barbara says the wine grape value is $120 million, the cannabis value is $180 million, and you can grow it on less land, and it turns around much faster.
Wow. Jane, thank you. Jane Wells, always at the forefront.
I mean,
of the
Jane,
stories.
just getting it done.
Perfect.
Always getting it done.
Getting it done.
What does this mean for the industry?
Well, I tell you what, if you think about some of the places that Jane just was, if you think about the Emerald Triangle in Northern California, so Humboldt and Mendocino counties grow 60% of our country's marijuana, cannabis, and it's some of the best. Emerald, certainly Emerald Triangle is by far the best. So in terms of the pricing and in terms of the competition for that land in that part of the world, you know it. And also, some of the folks in the wine and spirits industry obviously feel some of the cannibalization of product moving much towards different types of social lubrication. I think that's another part of this.
But if you think about the action just of cannabis stocks recently, obviously some of the wind taken out of the sails from the SAFE Act.
It
doesn't look like it's going to pass the Senate, but I still
don't agree with that, by the way. But
okay.
Keep going.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. But longer term, so short term, maybe volatility, longer term, I still think it's a very reasonable place to be. And if you think about the momentum in the cannabis stocks, it's probably not going to pick up near term. But look about what's about to happen in Canada in terms of the legalization of drinking, of edibles. So companies that are levered to those products in Canada, they have a whole new list of items to sell. And companies that have partnered with the Constellation brands of the world, the Molson Coors of the world, they're going to have an advantage there as it relates to selling those products. So in terms of names, I'd want to be exposed to those bigger companies.
You've had a ton of these names that have just been the whole vaping issue has been a headwind to all of these names. So you want to wait till you clear that. That's the biggest headwind for this entire sector. But you're going to be able to pick up a lot of bargains in this entire space. And it'll be business Darwinism when it comes to acreage. Wherever they make the most money, they'll make it. It'll be a cannabis Cabernet.
Oh, cannabis. I like that. Now, far be it for me to call on Tim, but Emerald Triangle. Did you just try to throw that in?
Is
that a real thing?
That's actually a thing.
That is a
thing.
fan. See what you learn on Fast Money?
Lots
As I've said many times, I'm
not very useful things.
The more you know.
I'm a participant
some very useful
and
things.
a viewer. The Emerald Triangle. I love that. Constellation Brands reports on October the 3rd. That's how you play this sucker.